Good morning. Thank you for joining us this morning to celebrate the reopening of the business-oriented portion of McNichols Road between Livernois and Wyoming Avenues. The Streetscape part of this project began in 2019 by the City of Detroit Public Works Department, but was stimulated by several key organizations in this community and in the metropolitan area. Those influential organizations include Live 6 Alliance, whose neighborhood home base we are in, also University of Detroit Mercy, of which I'm the president, the Kresge Foundation, Invest Detroit, Reimagining the Civic Commons, and several other active block clubs and community organizations. I want to thank Dr. Geneva Williams, whom you will hear from in a few minutes, who is the Executive Director of Live 6 Alliance, for the time and attention that she's devoted to keeping residents and business owners calm and also informed when construction on a major street like this disrupts traffic. And let's not forget that this successful project was done during the last 18 months of the COVID-19 pandemic. We have much to be thankful for as we look at these additions to the streetscape. Broad new pavements and sidewalks, bus stop bump outs, parking and bicycle lanes, innovative double street lights, illuminating sidewalks and streets, and bright and shiny new storefronts that are ready to welcome new businesses. But before I turn over to the podium to Dr. Williams for her remarks, I want to briefly cite one historical note that occurred 100 years ago when Father John McNichols became president of University of Detroit in 1921. The street, which many now know as 6 Mile, was changed to McNichols Road as a tribute to Father McNichols when he passed away in 1932. And it was a tribute because of his expansion of University of Detroit just down the street, who is now known as the McNichols campus in our current University of Detroit Mercy campus. He made a significant impact on this community back then, and particularly the Livernois 6 Mile community, with the building of most of the campus facilities less than a half mile from here. That dedication occurred 94 years ago, almost to the day, on October the 9th. There were many individuals who were present there, and many individuals who came to celebrate that reopening of the McNichols campus. They came from government, they came from business and civic leaders who were present that the McNichols campus began in October 9th, 1932. So I know that he and many of those other business and civic leaders are looking down on us right now because of the economic revitalization that is still yet to come. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Geneva Williams, Executive Director of Live 6 Alliance. Dr. Williams.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Celebration, change, and connections. That's what today is about. So on behalf of Dr. Garibaldi, our board, the Live 6 Alliance talented team, our amazing volunteers, the terrific business owners and residents, welcome to Neighborhood Home Base, our headquarters, and the heart of the Live 6 community. Yes, we're celebrating the founding 6 years ago of Live 6 Alliance, working with hundreds of people in these neighborhoods. But when we talk about change, that's what we're here to celebrate today. Much of this progress has been made possible by the Strategic Neighborhood Fund, initiated by the Duggan administration. We want to say thank you to the Kresge Foundation, Hudson Weber, the Balmer Group, Huntington Bank, Invest Detroit, and the list could go on and on. We are truly blessed to have so many foundations, corporations, and individuals who demonstrate their commitment to health and the welfare of our city through supporting efforts like this. Now, you know, the change part comes when we think about outside. 2 years ago, a lot of the planning happened right near here. In fact, there was a town hall meeting where Mayor Duggan and his remarkable team invited neighbors, entrepreneurs, students, developers to weigh in on how they wanted to see this streetscape look like. Beautiful streetscape we celebrate today, facade improvements, restoration of the historic Verner's mural. So we want you to look at that right outside. And our partnership with Invest Detroit for the property right next door, where we're going to be creating a small business retail center. It's changed. It's not just the building we stand in or the streetscape. It's the terrific efforts by people like Kim Tandy and her team, and Fitzgerald Park, and the Greenway, and University of Detroit Mercy, and so many other things. The developers, our new developers, our existing businesses. It is happening here, and it's about connections, because together we thrive. We welcome you here, and we're so excited. A couple of weeks ago, I was at an event that the mayor was at. And when I saw him, I went up to him and I said, you know, soon we're going to have the ribbon cutting at McNichols. He barely let me finish, and he said, oh, I am so excited. I'm going to be there. And you could see the authenticity in his eyes, in his voice, because he meant it. We know it. We know he meant it. And if there's any doubt on how important this event is, it's that he cut his honeymoon short to be here with us. Welcome, Mayor Dutton.
Well, thank you, Dr. Williams. And this is what neighborhood development looks like. What I heard over and over was, it is really exciting what's happening in downtown Midtown. When's it going to come to my neighborhood? And we pioneered it on Livernois a few years ago, and we learned a lot in that process. But the stretch of Livernois from 7 to 8 is now one of the hottest commercial districts anywhere in the state of Michigan. 22 new black-owned businesses have opened up. It is hard to find a place to open a business on Livernois today, but it was a streetscape redesigned with the neighbors' input and with the business community's input along that area. We've replicated that on Kercheval and on Grand River, where you're seeing businesses fill in as we rebuilt according to the community's vision. And we came over to this stretch of McNichols, and almost exactly 2 years ago in this room, we had a huge meeting. And this is a different way of doing development. I gave the neighbors 4 options. We have folks here from the Bagley neighborhood, from the Fitzgerald neighborhood, from the Marygrove neighborhood, the UAD and Marygrove communities, the business communities who are the businesses who are looking to start up here. And it was a robust debate that went on for a couple hours. How wide should the sidewalks be? How many lanes do we have? Do we bump out the bus stops? Do we have bike lanes in here? And the folks themselves discuss in a really professional way with each other. And by the time we finished, almost 80% of the room voted for the option that you have. This is the neighbor's vision. But what has happened in the last 2 years is remarkable. Nearly every storefront in this stretch from Livernois to Green Lawn 2 years ago was boarded up. Now, go up and down this block and look at how many businesses are pulling off the plywood and investing in this area. And so Invest Detroit and Kresge and Kellogg, UAD, all of the folks who contributed are there. But to see this commercial district come back this way is the kind of city that I remember. We're about to do it on East Warren as well, where the neighbors just voted for their design in that area. And I'm hoping with the American Rescue Plan money and the support of City Council, we're going to do this on Dexter, and we're going to do this in a number of other areas that Council Member McAllister and I remember as proud, vibrant commercial districts. We do it because there is partnership. There has been 100% support of Detroit City Council for investing in the neighborhoods and doing this. I couldn't be more pleased with the way it turned out. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the biggest champion for this project. He sat in the room and he voted with everybody else, Councilman Roy McAllister.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, everyone that's out here. I'm Councilman Roy McNichols Jr., the representative for District 2. And when I came into office, communities were saying, why is there always development downtown and midtown? Why isn't there development in our communities? And I listened. And from that, built a great relationship with our mayor, and I said, Mr. Mayor, the people in District 2 are saying, what about the development in the communities? He listened. And so therefore, we began to work with a partnership and working, and then I had the pleasure and honor of meeting who I think is one of the best partners that I could have, and that is Dr. Garibaldi, the president of University of Detroit Mercy. And he talked about things that he wanted to do. And then from there, I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Williams. And so collectively, we started working together, the communities came in, and we started saying, look, this is how we want it to look, and this is what we want to do. Working with my two partners, Kim Tandy and Sean Davis, working with my staff, working with you in the community, we have allowed this to come together, and it is about something that I have dreamed about is the legislative body, the administration, and the community coming together along with Live 6, University of Detroit Mercy. You can't have it any better. And we cannot continue to allow things to just dissipate. And that's one of the things the mayor said. We are going to make this happen, and we are going to build it. And today, you are seeing that. Growing up in this area, I used to come by, and this was a very vibrant area, as the mayor has stated. And this is where it's coming back to. So with Dr. Garibaldi, I want to thank you so very much for your partnership. Dr. Williams, thank you so very much. Mr. Mayor, thank you so very much. And another person, and I'm just kind of heartening by it because she's getting ready to leave us and go to Paris, and that's Miss Caitlin McComb. She has been out there, and I call her Caitlin. I need this. It's done. Caitlin, I need it's done. So I have to bring up and let her talk because we're getting ready to lose a very valuable asset in Caitlin McComb. Caitlin.
Thank you so much, Councilman. I don't know if there's much more I can add than the things that these wonderful panel of people have said, except as the department that oversees the construction of these projects, we know that construction is hard. It's dirty, messy process. And I want to thank the communities, Bagley and Fitzgerald and Live 6 and U of D and the small businesses and not just the businesses, the building owners who are trying to do the renovations for bearing with us through the process. When we started this process, we said the one thing we want to leave you with is a corridor that you are proud to live around, that you're proud to own your business on. And I think if you look out the window today, we have accomplished that goal. So thank you to everybody that was involved and bear with us through the process. And thank you to the mayor for seeing what we knew was possible in these corridors along with us. And again, just thank you to City of Detroit.
Thank you, and now we're going to go outside and cut the ribbon, right?
3, 2, home base.
All right.
Yay!